Hi all, today I want to discuss about SQL query questions. First I created a department table and I inserted values into department table. Next I created employee table and I inserted these values into employee table. This is the final department table and this is the employee table. Now let's see the query. Write an SQL query that retrieves details of employee who works in the sales department. The query should return the employee number, employee name, job title, salary, department number, and department name. The two tables should be joined based on the department column to match employees with their respective departments. Here in query, first selecting the columns. The query select the specific column from the employee table. Here I am selecting employee number, employee name, job, salary, department number, department name from the employee table. It selects the department name from the department table. Next here, joining the tables. The tables, the employee table is joined with the department table using the inner join based on the department number. Join department D on E dot department number equal to D dot department number. This ensures that each employee is matched with the correct department information. Next one is filtering the results. Here where D dot department name equal to sales. This condition filters the result to only include employees who belongs to the sales department. Here is the final output. The query returns a list of employees who working in the sales department along with their details like employee number, name, job, salary, department number, department name. Next query is to write a SQL query that efficiently retrieves the highest salary from the employee table. Your query should start the salary in descending order and return only the topmost salary using the limit class. Here first I creating an index. Create index IDX underscore salary on employee salary. This statement creates an index named IDX underscore salary on the salary column in the employee table. Here the purpose of index, it improves the query performance when searching, sorting or filtering based on the salary column. It helps speed up ordered by and where operations on salary value. Here next I am selecting the salary. Ordered by class designing. It sorts the salary value is descending order, meaning the highest salary appears first. Limit 1 acts as it retrieves only the highest salary from the employee table. Here is the final output. The query returns the highest salary from the employee tables. The index helps the optimize performance by allowing faster sorting and retrieving of the top salary value. Next, I created a person table and I inserted values into person table. Here is the final table of person. And here I have a duplicate emails. In 4 and 5, I created duplicate emails. Let's see the query. To identify the duplicate email address, you need to write a SQL query that groups the records by the email column and counts the occurrence of each email. The query should filter out unique emails and display only those that appear more than once. The output should include the email address and the number of items it appears in the table. Here first I am selecting the columns. I am selecting an email column. It retrieves the email address from the person table and count star as duplicate count. It counts the number of occurrence of an email from the person table. Here I am grouping. Group by email. Groups the records by the email column, meaning each unique email will be processed separately. Next, we have to do the filtering duplicates. Having count star greater than 1. The having class filters out records where an email appears only once. It ensures the only emails appearing more than one in the table are displayed. Here is the final output. The query returns a list of duplicate emails along with the number of items each one appear in the person table. Next one. Here I am created a gameplay table. Next I inserted values into gameplay table. This is the final table which we created. Let's see the query. Write an SQL query to count the total number of games played by each player, grouping the results by player ID and displaying the total games for each player. First, we have to select the columns. I am selecting player ID. It retrieves the unique player IDs. Count game ID as a total games. It counts the number of games of game ID each player has played. Next one is grouping data. Group by player ID. Groups the records by the player ID, meaning each player games will be counted separately. Here the final output is the query returns a list of players along with the total number of games they have played. Next one is query to find the players who played more than one game. First we have to select the column. I am selecting the player ID. It retrieves the unique player IDs. Next we have to perform the grouping data. Group by player ID. Group the records by player ID, meaning each player game's records are considered together. Here I am filtering players with more than one game. Here I am using having count game ID greater than 1. It counts the number of game ID entries for each player ID. It filters out players who has played only 1 or 0 games. Only includes players who have played more than one game. Here is the final output. The query returns a list of player IDs who has participated in more than one game. Here player ID 1 has participated in more than one game. Thank you.